Hi all, Nat here, welcome to Black Dog Fitness. Today we're going to be taking a look at jeffing. So what is it and what are the benefits of it? It might be something you've never heard of before, it might be something you've overheard or read briefly about. So hopefully this video will just clear up any questions you've got and help you understand a bit more about the technique. So let's jump straight in. What is jeffing? Jeffing is a technique, it was created by Olympian Jeff Galloway, hence it got the name jeffing. It uses run-walk intervals, so these can be anything, it's literally any run, any walk. So you might run for 90 seconds, walk for 60 seconds, you could run for 10 minutes, walk for 1 minute. Anything that uses a run-walk, it could be distance based, so you run a quarter of a mile, recover a quarter of a mile. Anything like that is classed as jeffing. It's quite a popular thing now. I mean, there are different groups that solely use this method. Different running clubs as well that rely purely on using the jeffing approach. So it is quite a popular method. So let's have a look at some of the benefits that it can have. So first of all, this one is aimed more at beginners or people coming back from injury or have been just out of running for a long time. It helps you ease back into running. So it can give you that structure where you build back in gradually, let you get back into it without putting too much stress on yourself. So obviously that's always a good approach. A lot of beginner plans all start with this method anyway, so the Couch to 5k plan, our plan as well, uses the jeffing approach to just get you up and running basically. Now it also helps to build your fitness, so again that is generally seen as a beginner thing, but even if you're an experienced runner, you can use a jeffing approach to improve your fitness levels and get you running further than before. So don't write it off as just being a beginner thing. It will help regardless of your experience. So because of the nature of the walk breaks and the recovery periods, it puts less strain on your body. So again, for beginners or people coming back from injury, been out for a long time, or experienced runners who are covering a lot of mileage, sometimes having that active recovery can just help take that strain off, help you feel fresh, help you stay active and stay moving. And obviously the goal for any runner is to not get injured. So if you can take some of that strain off, then that's a big positive. So as well as building your fitness, it'll allow you to just cover further distances. So you might be following a training plan that says you need to cover 10 miles. You might not be able to run 10 miles non-stop yet. If you use a jeffing approach, obviously you're going to be able to get a bit further because of those walk periods. As well, you can also just add a recovery walk onto the end of your mileage just to build that base up. It's still time on your feet and you're still out being active. So if you can use that to reach your training targets, obviously that's a positive as well. So as well as the physical and the cardiovascular benefits, it also provides a bit of a mental boost. So it can give you a mental break. So let's say you're running a 5k and you're building up lactate, your mind is going to want to tell you to stop, you're going to feel the burn. Sometimes just having a short walk period can help you to reset. Same as in longer distances, if you've been running for a long period of time, just having those active recoveries can help break up the monotony and just keep it a bit more manageable, keep your mental side, well, help you win that mental battle basically where your body's telling you to stop. If you allow yourself to have an active and planned recovery, it can be a useful part of a training or race day strategy. So as you start to rack up your miles in training, you might find yourself getting a bit more fatigued, a bit tired more easily. Using a jeffing approach allows you to have some active recovery in your training sessions. So you'll feel a bit fresher after each session, or you might find you need less recovery the next day. As well in races, if you allow yourself the walk breaks to recover or slower recoveries, you're allowing your body to flush out some of that lactic acid from when you're running at your threshold pace. When you run at your threshold pace, your body can't get rid of that byproduct, and that's when you start to feel the fatigue. So allowing yourself these recoveries can just help you feel fresher in yourself and mentally as well. So obviously that can be hugely beneficial. When utilised properly, jeffing can also help you beat your goal race times. Now it may seem like a bit of a strange one because most people think racing is literally going all out as hard as you can for as long as you can, holding it on. And in some cases, yeah, that can work. But there are a lot of different race strategies, from positive splits, negative splits, incorporating jeffing. So I mean, jeffing with regards to negative splits, it can help you achieve that if that's your race day strategy. So a negative split is where you run the second half of your race faster than the first half. So for example, you might be wanting a sub 60 minute 10k and you want to do the first half in say 35 minutes, and then you want to do the second half in 25 minutes. Obviously it depends on your threshold level, your fitness, and how you prefer to race, but just using this as an example, you could jeff the first half, so you could use active recoveries, keep your heart rate down, keep the strain off your body, and obviously cover the distance that way. And then when it comes to the second half, you'll feel fresher to pick up that pace, or you can use the jeff in there as well. It just helps you feel fresher. Again, depending on what you prefer, some people might benefit from a jeffing approach for their normal race day goals. So for example, for myself, I can sometimes find it easier to run faster than my goal race pace, but have a short recovery break. So let's say for example I wanted to run average 10-minute miles across my race distance to get to my goal time. I can do this by keeping that 10-minute mile pace consistent, obviously taking into account any inclines, declines, anything like that. Or I could run slightly faster, so let's say I run, just for an example, 9 minutes, 9 minute per mile pace, and I run that, and then after 9 minutes I take a 60-second walk break. That would still keep me below my 10-minute per mile average threshold, so I would still beat my race target by doing that, but obviously I'd have to run faster than my goal pace. So it really depends on your fitness levels and how you prefer to do it. If you can run a bit faster and you'd rather have that break, that's an option. If you're more comfortable just holding a steady speed, that's fine. I mean, I find if you adjust the pace a little bit, it can be mentally just freeing. You're not doing the same thing. It can help give you a little bit of boost, especially later on in a race where you might be flagging a little bit. But again, experiment, find what works for you, and stick with that. Now, as good as the running community is, I'm not gonna pretend that there's not elitism, because there is in every community, and you'll get the people who say, well, you didn't run the whole distance, so you're not a runner, or that's rubbish. If you've completed an event, you get the same medal regardless of if you've taken walk breaks or not. If you've hit your goal time, that's the aim. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or anyone else does. It's all about you and that goal time and how you get there. At the end of the day, your time is your time, whether you walked a little bit or not. It's very rare you'll see generally the average people run a full marathon non-stop, for instance. It took me a couple of half marathons before I did one event full non-stop. It did happen to be a personal best on that occasion, but again, it's irrelevant. If you've completed that event, whether you use a jeffing approach, you're still a runner, you've still got that time. Do what works for you. So yeah, hopefully this video's answered some questions that you would have about jeffing. If you've got any other questions or anything else you'd like to see, let us know in the comment section below. As always, if you've liked this video, please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. Whilst you're there, you may as well subscribe as well. It really helps me out, and we do greatly appreciate it, and you'll get notified then as well when dog just walked into the tripod, thanks Tess, when we publish a new video. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.